welcome back to the channel. We're here for another video in the Meet the Manufacturer series, and once again we've got Jack Drury from Shure. Welcome, Jack. Okay, so the subject matter for today is interference avoidance. So Jack, do you want to give us a bit more information?
Absolutely, very big feature for Axient Digital.
Yep.
We actually introduced this with Axient Analog back in the day.
Right.
It's something that we've bought through. And really, it's about the ability to remote control these transmitters.
Yeah, right.
So
Great.
any Axient Digital transmitter with an X in the title, ADX1 if it's a body pack, ADX2 if it's a handheld, has the ability to be remote controlled.
Yep.
It's remote controlled by this unit on the top here. This is our AD610 access point, and essentially these share a Zigbee link and send very, very small bits of information to each other. Now, that's a very, very powerful tool, so you can change like the frequency. There's a number of other things in that transmitter that you can change on the fly, remotely, without having to go up and fiddle with packs and things of that nature. But having a feature like that, I think it was kind of natural that you'd look into an automatic frequency switching type thing in order to really, maximize the feature set. The real problem with that is, how do you know the backup that you're going to send a transmitter automatically is good?
Right. Okay, yeah.
We're all engineers. We want to have control over these things. You need to have...
And we need to know our redundancy is clean.
100%, yes, absolutely. And that's what this unit at the top is doing.
Perfect.
So this is our AXT600 Spectrum Manager.
Okay.
Firstly, this is a wideband scanner,
Yep.
so I can use this in Wireless Workbench to get really detailed RF information. But it also, if I do have backups in my coordination, it will monitor those backups. So it will constantly measure the noise floor of those frequencies to make certain if it's going to send one, it's a good, clean frequency. And we're not just in this situation where we're constantly sending bad stuff out. So what does it sound like? Well, I'm sending you some tone.
Okay, what I'll do, we've got a Yamaha mixing console here. I'm just going to add tone to the audio mix. So
Absolutely.
There we go.
So just imagine then that this tone is the Queen. She's
okay, lovely.
This 1K tone is Her Majesty doing a very important speech. And this transmitter represents somebody turning up on site and, I don't know, turning on, ENG crew doing some stuff for radio, something that, we've all been there. We all know what this sounds like.
100%.
So we're just off of the frequency this is set to, so it's a bit more real world. And the default mode for this is a manual switch. So what I'm going to do is just enable the RF output of this transmitter. This is now going red, essentially. It's telling me that there's all sorts of problems.
So we should notice now that the tone is muted?
Absolutely, yes. When we have interference like this, Axient Digital will mute the output so you don't have horrendous sounds coming through.
Of course.
So if I click into this channel now, it's going to say, right, there's some interference on this frequency. I don't know what it is. What do you want me to do? Do you want to dismiss this problem and just kind of carry on with all your RF disasters? Or do you want to send a new frequency to that channel? Okay. So I'm going to hit new frequency there, request a new frequency from the AXT600, which is the top.
Which we know are clean.
Absolutely, and that tone now should have come back.
Yep, and the tone's there. What I'll just do is I'll just mute that tone so that we're not listening to tone throughout this video. There we go. Absolutely. Now, the question that always comes up then is, how do you make it automatic? Yeah.
Because this is normally somebody who's doing 1,000 jobs on a show. You don't want to be having to worry about pushing a button. You're just like, yeah, if it goes wrong, send me a new frequency. To do that, we need to go into the channel menu. Okay. So we click in, so the number 3 is illuminated. Use that jog wheel. This is an advanced feature, so we scroll all the way down to the advanced features menu. There's then interference management here is the setting that I need to go into. And you can see then I've got all the options for the detection mode in this menu. So I could just turn this off.
Right, yeah. Okay.
And if we get interference, there's nothing you can do about it. It's like analog systems back in the old days of UHFR. Just turn it all off and go home. Manual is the default mode for this. Or we've got automatic. So I'm going to enable automatic mode now. And we're going to do the same experiment. So what did we end up on? 607150.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put the tone that we're generating back into the mix so we can hear that in the background there. I'm
just going to change this frequency to 607. We won't do 150. We'll go just off of that frequency again, so it's a bit more real world. 150, we'll do 607 175, I think, one of my favorite frequencies. So you should hear the tone, and when I enable the output of this, the entire system is just going to deploy that frequency automatically. There we go, and that's it. There we go. Frequency changed.
Great. So you should have just heard a little bit of a drop there and a bit quick change. So what I'll do again is I'll just unmute that. Great.
Absolutely. And that drop, by the way, obviously we're listening to a tone. That's quite a harsh thing to be putting this through. Yeah. If it was just you and I talking, or Her Majesty, that drop is so minuscule that, you wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, brilliant. Jack, that's a really, really good feature. Thanks so much for coming along today. So thanks ever so much for watching, everyone. Please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one.